a deck. If I can get out of here. I'm stoked. My Skoolie deck feet came in. I ordered them from Skoolie.com, I think is what the website is, but hooks onto the edge, and then this goes with the contour so it can be a 90-degree angle, and then the board goes to here, or whatever kind of deck I have goes this way. So I'm going to clean them with acetone and then spray paint them. Time to dust these bad boys off. It's been a couple months since I've seen them, but I think maybe today's the day for install. They're a little tall. Let's look. All right, we got good news. Bad news first is that these are way too tall for my bus. The curvature is only like an inch or two different, so having 12-foot tall, it just would waste a foot of space vertically. So I talked it out with my dad, and he has a good idea to mount on the side because these can completely adjust to any angle. We're gonna mount on the side to bring it down a bit, and then it's gonna show on the side, but it'll look kind of cool, maybe. And then it'll be just barely above the roof. So shout out Daddy-O for the smart idea. I was just getting worked up and just wanted to throw it on there and have a super tall deck, but I would regret that in the future. Also, I bought these in December, super tall, from Skoolie.com, and since then they released a shorter version for the same price, so kind of kicking myself for biting the bullet months before I needed it. But yeah, if you have a short bus, I recommend, or just any bus that has like no curvature on the top, I recommend getting the shorter ones. These are like 13 inches. Get the 6-inch ones. You'll be happier. All right, we got one puppy mounted, working on the second. It's a pain in the butt. I have black caulking all over me, and I'm reusing some screws from the bus. I'm trying to use these self-tappers that the kit came with, but it strips out right when it digs into this. I even pre-drill with a tiny little hole. But I started using these and they grab like a monster. Like, they're great. I did it right there. So I'm putting this one in there. Oh yeah, that's totally not gonna work. So I only have 2 of them in. These 2 I'm bolting in with fender washers on the inside for extra security, but I feel really great about that. This does not come off also. I think like coconut oil will help, but it doesn't come off very easily. Alright, fresh one. Got Sika, it's got some pre-drilled holes under the Sika. Place it onward. Like so. This. Oh yeah, gosh, that goes in great. Loving that. This is the one I'm gonna bolt. So I'm gonna find the hole here. Beautiful. Bada boom, bada bing. So one of these is a bolt. I have to hook up what's it called? Vice grip to it so that I can secure it from the inside, so I can secure it from the out, because nobody's here to help me. Dang, that really sticks out. I'll have to grind it off. Alright, got it all rigged up. We have a fender washer, a locking, what's it called? A nylon locking nut, lock nut. And then this vice grip is gonna hit this, so when I screw it on and it's trying to go tighter, it'll hold that in place. Go to the other side now. Alright, just took these off because I screwed it in and even sucked in the wall a little bit so it's nice and snug. And then the other three, there's one hiding behind here, and then the third one is really close to popping out, but it's not. Are self-topped. So we have these two in the back. Boom, boom. So we have a whole bunch of fender washers, like a little under half of them are bolted down. The rest are self-tapped with super big screws. So it's gonna be very secure. I feel good about it. Now I need to clean it up and clean myself up because there's just Sikaflex everywhere. Looks like shit poopy. But they're on. Today is June 8th. It's summertime and the bus isn't done. Wasn't expecting it to be, but sipping some coffee. I cleaned my room so it feels good to be hanging out in here. I have so many clothes. I need to downsize before I get into the bus. Like, I'm trying to live in it for a little while. I don't really know my goals as far as what I'm gonna do with the bus. My intentions for building it are to better my handyman skills, minimize my life, simplify my life, get out there and see some cool things, meet the people that are affiliated in this like tiny home bus world. It's really exciting. I love the idea of simple living. I would love to have a home base, like a little property, so that I can have somewhere to hang and work from and feel that stability, because I'm kind of a homebody and this is really going to push my comfort zone. Yeah, long story short, I don't know what I'm doing and I'm going to do it anyways. Thanks for listening. So this bug is only one of like hundreds that got stuck to the wet paint last night. Just little gnats. And they're still alive, but they're stuck. I'm a killer. Alright, this is a dirty garage. Let's clean this up. Dang, that's nice. That only took like 20 minutes? I need to do that more often.
The West Coast girls are indescribable, unbelievable, and unforgettable. He'll take you around and around the world. One night is all we need. Strawberry skin.
Hello. And we're dizzy. We were working on the roof deck. I just transitioned to my GoPro, obviously, because this footage isn't that great. Wow, sorry about that. But I mounted those puppies up there. Now, I'm gonna put together the frame. I'm gonna countersink so that it goes even deeper, and then it has a nice finished, I'll plug it, and then it'll have a nice finished look. So let's do that. All right, now we have 3 pressure treated 2x4s to go for supports. So all the boards are going to be laying this way. This is the front of the bus. Yeah. So I just measured out where to pre-drill, and I'm gonna pre-drill. There we go. My GoPro's gonna die, so I don't know if you want to see this anyway. It's kind of boring, but you get the point. See you in a little bit. Woo! I just got off the phone with someone that I had an interview with last week, and I got a second interview. I'm kind of looking for a job because this ain't making me any money and it's actually straining my pocket. Started my own business as of a year ago. And I've been doing things here and there, but it's nothing extremely consistent. More steady, could get some benefits, could be nice to go to the dentist. And so I interviewed with Grizzly Industrial up in Bellingham. They manufacture like table saws and skill saw, like all woodworking and metalworking tools you might need. So I was like, that would be sick. They're hiring a videographer, and I didn't want to talk about it until I got done with the interview, and they just called me back and want me back for the second interview, and it sounded pretty legit. So I'm getting excited. A new chapter, perhaps. If I move to Bellingham, I'm gonna not be able to live in this. Oh my gosh, this is on wide lens. That's flattering, because it's not even close, and I'd probably start soon. So that's exciting. Cheers to that. Anyways, check this puppy out. Come on. I'm gonna paint it. That. Phone's calling. I gotta go. Making plugs. Guess how many sandpaper discs I used on the disc sander? I had to do 2 takes. I had to do 2 crosses on it. I can't talk, I'm exhausted. One with 80 grit and then one with 150 to make the edges all rounded and nice. So guess how many? That many. I didn't count. 10. That's a good 20 bucks worth of stuff. This ain't cheap. But this wood ain't cheap, and I wasn't about to put something on it that I didn't like and didn't feel good about when I'm making such a big investment in my roof deck. It's gonna be so cool though. Worth every sore muscle in my hand. Went and bought another stain, the right, which is right there, and then decided it's too light, and so I went and found some stain that's interior. Thought about doing that, and then put it on the outside, and it was like way too dark. And Austin came up with a good idea that I didn't even think of. Is it like an igniter, or is it? Oh my. There she is. That only took about 4 hours today. But But if you're wondering, this is what I stained it with. After burning it, it's some pretty freaking cool.
1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I've been holding it in since o'clock in Monday morning. From the end of the week, I'm about to blow. Breeze walking through the honky tonk like a pack of wolves now. Order up around the shops and it's away we go.
Hello from my rooftop. I'm securing this puppy. This top one is a through bolt with a washer and a nut on the other side. And these bottom two are some fatty self-tappers that I just wanted to use up. And I spray painted. And now the spray paint's coming off, so that didn't really last. Thought it'd look cool, but I wanted them all to be matching, so it worked out pretty well. This puppy is so sturdy. I feel really good about it. We could have a dance party up here and everyone would be okay. As long as you don't fall off. Nice.
I've been holding it in through the homework week. Now it's Saturday night and I'm about to blow. So come on now, man, if you play me none of them slow songs. I need boots, scooting, barn, burning, hell, raising, get up and go songs. Well, give me something hot, just give me all you got. Now let's give old the Miller's try.
What is this?
Clove hitch. It's typically a clove hitch.
Looks a little more complicated than that. It's a clove hitch on a bike. With a little insurance. And more insurance, because this is precious, precious cargo. Good afternoon from the Danmobile and the Dogmobile. We got 3 dogs in here, but you only see 2 pictured. We just got the decking, cedar decking, and what else did we get? Plumbing stuff for the water valve inlet stuff, and some oysters. Very important for the bus build. All right, we're back. Here's what's gonna go down. We need to cut these to size. The lovely people at Frontier Lumber, wow, that fits perfectly. At Frontier Lumber, cut them in half because they were 16 footers and cut them down to 8, and I need them to be 7.5. 7 inches and half an inch. So I'm setting up out here because it is a lovely day. Let's get these puppies chopped. Hey, I have a deck. If I can get out of here. And it's time to secure the boards though. Let's get this party started, huh? Alright, so before I can start nailing these puppies down, I gotta figure out what I want the gap to be. A million people have told me to just use a carpenter's pencil, which is a 1/4 inch, but I think instead of that, I'm gonna calculate out the overall width. I'm thinking the overall width is 95 inches, and then my boards are 3.5 inches wide, and I have 24 of them. Nope.
25 of them. So 25 times 3 is 87.5. I didn't just do that. I used a calculator. 3.5 times 25 is the total amount that the deck is going to take up, which is 87.5 inches, which leaves 7.5.
5/16 time to space. So I originally got 12 16-foot boards and cut them in half, and then I realized I needed 25 after I stained them all, so I went and bought one more board, an 8-footer, and I have to cut it down and stain it all by itself, which is annoying. But if I had used 24, my gaps would have had to be like an inch wide, which would have just been ridiculous in my opinion. Been like just too much. Like you could fall through there, or your phone could. So it's worth it. That extra time. Okay, let's get to it. That's annoying. I decided I do want a gap on the outside part. So that actually means that there's 26 gaps now instead of 24, and my math is all messed up and now I can't even use these. So I'm gonna recalculate and I bet it'll be 1/4 inch again. Right? No, it'll be less, it'll be shorter. Oh my gosh. So that's 0.28, which is what, just barely above a 1/4 inch? So should I use these or should I use carpenter's dealy bob? I don't know. Making progress. I dropped the carpenter's pencil down there, and so I've just been using this thickness, which is 1/4 inch as well. And I won't drop it, and I've been using it for the center line. Oh man, to eyeball, which is not even close. Don't love that. So that's the middle line, and then I'm doing 1, 1, 1, 1. I'm out of screws though after that board that I'm doing right now, but I'm halfway there. Feels good. Happy weekend. Well, it's Thursday night, but I got tomorrow off. I've been working at Grizzly Industrial. I don't know if I've told you in my videos yet, but I got a job as a videographer for them. So I'm doing like promo videos of tools and stuff. Pretty sick. But I'm heading to a bluegrass festival with